This is the Shader Toolbox, and this is the Gooch effect. So Gooch shading is a non-photorealistic lighting technique, which essentially takes the direction of the main light. So you can see it here, it's going this way, and maps the highlight areas to a warm color and the areas in darkness to a cold color, and maps a color range accordingly. I've also stylistically chosen to add a specular highlight, which you don't need to have as part of this effect, but I thought would be a nice addition. If I quickly find this object and then select its material, you can see that this effect doesn't have most of the parameters that you'd find on the URP lit shader. And that's just because I think this acts quite differently. It's non-photorealistic. But here you can see the warm color and the cold color. I also have a temperature offset, so this lets you control kind of the curve between both those values. And then we also have a specular power and specular color for the highlight here. So the higher the power, the smaller the highlight appears. Make it quite large, which is quite unnatural, but and then the highlight color, and that multiplies with the colors that are already here. The last option is the Use HCL color space. So that stands for Hue, Chroma, Lightness, and basically the only difference here is the color transition goes through different hues nicer in HCL color space than otherwise. And I have a version set up here that stays in RGB color space, and you can see in the middle values that you get a kind of this grayish sort of look. Whereas in here, it's going, it's kind of preserving the lightness amount, sort of. So it goes through from yellow to green to light blue to dark blue. Whereas here, it's kind of like yellow to sort of grayish to dark blue, which, you know, is different. It's honestly up to you to decide which of these looks nicer in the in your use case, but both options are there if you need it. And we also have subgraphs for each of those things. First of all, to get the main light, which there is now a node in Shader Graph to get the main light, but as it stands, that's only to get the direction. This subgraph will also get you the color and the attenuation based on distance and shadowing. And then these two subgraphs just convert from and to, between a RGB color space and HCL. That was Gooch shading. Thanks for watching.